talking about Mr. Pascal Udibo joins us now. He's a finance and business consultant. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you.
Well, so there you go. We making inroad in China. Well, we have our guests speak about continuing in the predecessor's perspective, because now we see that we've have 6 billion naira loan. Now, let's look at some of those highlights again in terms of the inroads we're making in China and how we also expect it back home here to have that. Well, that will pop up soon, the highlights of that. But looking at what has popped up from this trip, are you optimistic that in the long run this will benefit us? Yeah, we can see them on the screen. Go ahead.
Well, I think that we're beginning to see some measure of perspective as to where this government is headed. Not that everything is clear, but you can begin to hazard a guess, and a lot of hope is beginning to stir in the hearts of the people, given where we are coming from. You know, I've always given you this quote, which is "Tempus wasted and no regamus," as time wasted cannot be regained. So as they begin to romp in, then we can begin to look at what they want to do and the kind of alliances they're going to build to achieve what they want to achieve.
When you speak about the kind of alliances they want to build, now when they return, all of these highlights, it will be natural, I mean normal, for us to expect that they then talk to Nigerians about this and break it down to the people so that they can know how they key into this.
Some of this is a strategic, Chamberlain, I must tell you. And the strategy is not what you do in the morning. All right? Some of them will influence the body fabric of our economy long term. The civil service and military partnership, of course, I would have been surprised if they didn't go that way. There's a lot of, listen, beyond economics, there's a lot of geopolitical gerrymandering and realignment that is going on. I see this, a nation that wants to solve a problem. So if you say you're my friend, and I have a thief at the door, and you can't give me the AK-47 that I need, I'm gonna rejig where I get what.
Are you talking about the West? Us looking away from the West for a bit?
Now you're going too fast for me here, but I'm saying there that you're gonna value your alliances and see where and what you are going to latch onto to be able to achieve. When the Chibok is 2 years in another day or two, and Nigeria has been under intense pressure by the Boko Haram people, and all we hear is training and retraining of our people, and I believe the frustration was one of the things that the former president really said in a couple of times, and I don't think Buhari is going to take any captives here. He wants to get these things done. So I see him engaging the likely alliances to be able to deal with this matter. Don't forget China. China is a major force economically and militarily. So I'm just using that. That's one of those items. Of course, if you look at the loan they are giving Nigeria is in need of funds to finance her deficit, in their need, and just as the finance minister said. By the way, I understand she's in Nigeria. I don't know that she's in China.
No.
To sign off on. I'm wondering who is signing off.
You also have the CBN.
Okay, the CBN.
No, the Minister of Trade and Investment is there.
Is there? Okay, he's there. Okay, but I just thought, there was some kind of, disalignment. If the Minister of Finance is not where you are signing off that kind of big, that kind of fund. But I'm sure they will have taken their.
But I know it's not our key focus. But don't you think that the trade and investment should be there?
No, there's a reason for.
It's much more important he be there than that of the finance
minister.
Let
us not distract ourselves.
That's why
it's okay. It's okay as long as it's been thought through.
Good.
As long as it is thought through, this woman can stay here while these other people. Yanama is one of the best minds I've seen. There's no doubt about that. But I'm saying that
he doesn't know the finance before.
Absolutely, that's the point I'm making here. Okay. But however, let's look at it much more. I'm looking at a more strategic thing.
Let's talk about strategy.
Yeah.
You said strategy is not done in the morning.
No, it's not.
Are you implying that this strategy is being done in the morning?
No, what I'm implying is that you may not begin. Yes, some of them you may see, quickly, scholarships, yes, here and there, just as I've mentioned. But for you're going to see them raise bonds that you raise here, domestic bonds you raise here, and the ones you raise abroad are the Euro bond. Now they're saying, listen, they want to go to RMB.
This one is now
yuan-denominated bonds. Of course, these are the things I'm talking about, strategic things. You're also going to keep a portion of your reserve in the Chinese currency. Those are strategic things. That's what I'm telling you. But that these are just beyond just economics. They are positioning. China is saying, I'm giving you this, and China IMF is recognizing the yuan as a major currency, international currency.
But they haven't told us what they want in return.
No, it to be clear. I'm surprised you are saying, what do you mean? China wants, at this level of negotiation and discussion, it to be clear that they will go for your own.
It may be clear. It's clear to us, so that we can also position, because when you make statements as, don't make this place a dumping ground, people expect you to also know that, look, well, if you don't, it's not just by those pronouncements. There are certain things that we internally, not beyond corporate governance, have got to put in place, such that we could also be sure that my colleagues talked about the quality, the standards. We want to ensure that those things are in place, so we can also have a footing.
I totally agree with you, and that's what I mean by being strategic. If I mean, in going to discuss with China, they are not a Father Christmas. That is a strategic reason why they are engaging. They have a mighty population. The economy is tanking out and shrinking. Growth is not as much. So they're looking for fields where they can recalibrate. They come. So it is. They don't. It's not just because your color is black that they want to deal with you. They've seen the opportunities there. However, I'm thinking, hopefully, sometimes when I speak like this, I honestly don't think one should really be. You have the fashioner that used to run Lagos State. You have an Enganama that is one of the best brains in private equity and venture capital. You have the people in this government that should be able to look at this thing and say, you know what? If these guys are bringing this, this is good, but this is what we want to be able to ensure that this thing works. I give you an instance. I think that governments should be able to ask the Chinese manufacturers of cars to set up their factories here. One of these very critical things that the past administration did, no matter how much you want to vilify them, there were certain reforms that have been kick-started. One of them is the automotive industry reform, where we said, we want to slow down on importation of Otokombo vehicles. We now want these vehicles to be done here. Chamberlain, these are what I call sock engines. When they begin to work, they suck in. That's what I mean by linking employment to development. Okay, so if you go there and you say, I'm getting 3, 4, 5 Chinese car manufacturing firms to be here, one will be located in Kano, another one in Owerri, another one. So these guys can suck in your people. Then employment will happen.
While we're also bringing those to the table, are we forgetting, or should we discountenance or disregard Ajaokuta Steel Complex?
No, those are the key things. I'm also thinking that this is an area the Chinese have also broken through. The Indians and the Chinese, where they have been able to do a whole lot of inventions in steel. For any nation to develop,
big issue
is the major, moment. That's absolutely the fulcrum upon which industrial revolution happens. Because are you going to be importing those long sheets? You just have to be here.
So the steel sector is very important.
It is absolutely fundamental. So I'm thinking that part of some of these loans you're taking is to recalibrate some of these industries, so that not only you will suck in your people in terms of employment, but you will begin to develop in-house the technical knowledge that is required to be able to get to the next level, which is manufacturing.
Question.
Yes.
Now these agreements are signed out there. What's on ground?
In terms of
preparedness to run. I mean, you go out there, you sign an agreement with the Chamberlain, and then you come back to your house.
Yeah.
What do you have on ground to run?
No, but these guys, they have done National Economic Council retreats. They call the governors and the president.
But you know what those economic
retreats are. But are the Nigerians, Chamberlain asked the question, are the Nigerians, let me put it another way, are the Nigerians being carried along so that they also know that this is what's been agreed, this is what
No, but that's what
this is what the National Economic Council has said, but this is what we are going to do. This is what the Nigerians are going to do.
I slightly disagree with you here. You know what? It's like this budget thing that I've been hearing back and forth, and hopefully we'll have time to get to it. I believe very strongly that if you have a strong team, we will feel you